Good morning. It is May 24th, Wednesday. We have three tracks today. This one's going to be Delaware Park. Delaware Park opening day today. Race one, we'll start with. We got 8 races at Delaware Park. For anyone that doesn't know me, my name's Dave May. I'm the creator of Thorostat, at Thorostat on YouTube, at Thorostat on Twitter, which I've been running for 12 years, on the NHC Tour. Um, 3 times, 4-time tour member. Um, and we're going to dive into Delaware Park here in a minute. I give out a top four selections. Typically, I play win and place for our top pick. I recommend playing the top four in exactas and trifectas. Honestly, play it however you typically play your plays and you're comfortable with. Just want to be able to give people the comfortability and flexibility to handicap, have some analysis without spending hours going through PPs. I use Stats Race Lens. I'll show you kind of how I handicap while we go through. Let's get started, and we'll start with race one right now. Race one, Delaware Park. We got a mile maiden claiming. Looks like we're going to have some wonky speed figures, only because it's the first day of the meet. Not many horses have run distances, classes, or at the track clearly. So looks like we've got some early speed. I'm going to go with the 4 as our top selection, Happy Eyes. Um, the 5 slows down a bit, but there's not much late speed so far in this field. I'm going to go with the 5 Gaming Soul as the second choice, 7 Marcus Junius, and the 6 Courteous. So our top 4 for Delaware Park are going to be 4, 5, 7, and 6. Delaware Park, race 1, 4, 5, 7, and 6. Delaware Park race 2, we have another mile claiming event on the main track. We've got some early speed here with the 1, the Calora Kid, and let's take a look at the late pace here. The 3 has a bit. I'm a Delaware Park person growing up, so I know there's some wild stuff that'll happen. I'm gonna go with the 1, Calora Kid on top, only because of how significant these early speed figures are compared to the favorite, the 3. So I'm gonna go with the 1, Calora Kid, over the 3, Smart Humor, over the 6, Lucky Macho Man, just because of that mid speed, and the 2, Sydney's Bid. So our top 4 here at Delaware Park, top selection, the 1, the Calora Kid, the 3, the 6, and the 2. Again, Delaware Park, race 2, the 1, Calora Kid, morning line 8-1, top selection, the 3, Smart Humor, the 2, Sydney's Bid, fourth, and the 6, Lucky Mucho Man, third. 1, 3, 6, and 2, race 2 at Delaware Park. Race 3, Delaware Park. We got a maiden special weight mile and 70 yards on the turf. Looking here, we've got one main track only that'll scratch out. And comparatively to some of these horses, there's not much here in the pedigrees that I was diving into earlier. We're just going to take a quick peek once again. I think the 7, the favorite, is going to be tough to beat out of English Channel and Kitten's Joy Mare, if I do believe. We're going to jump there real quick. Yep, Spooky Kitten's Joy Mare, off a layoff for Grand Motion. 171% ROI for Spooky Kitten, 63% in the money. Going to be tough to beat. I'm going to do some digging here and see if anything stands out pedigree wise with any of these. Second time Lasix on the 4. We'll take a look at that as well. Spitestown on the top side. No, nothing on hiding in the Dam's progeny performance, at least to my eyes. The 10, the 4, and the 5 are interesting underneath just because second off layoff for the 10, second time Lasix, uh, second time starter for the 4, second time Lasix. Um, looks like Ad Aqueduct didn't handle potentially the Lasix well, just in how it ran, kind of ran flat. Um, got a run into him for Michael Stidham, and then the 5. The 7 is going to be super tough to beat. I'm still going to take the 7 on top. 8 has some pace here, running late, but I'm going to go with some unknowns underneath, and we're going to go 7 over the 4 over the 5 over the 10, Delaware Park, race 3. 7's going to be our top pick, Sunbee, over the 4, 5, and 10, Delaware Park, race 3, mile and 70-yard event on the turf. 7 Sunbee is our top selection, 4 Tufani, 5 Creole, 10 Chez Soleil. Delaware Park, race 4, looking at a mile and 70 yards on the main track. Looks like the 2 has some pretty early speed. Mystic Link, who is the morning line favorite here at Delaware. The 6 has some late pace. There's only going to be 5 horses in this race, so I'm not going to give a top 4. I'm only going to give a top 3. I'm going to try to beat the 2 favorites. I'll use them underneath clearly because it's only a 5-horse field. The other kind of handful of horses don't really have much pace at all in this race, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to beat them with the 6. We're going to go 6 Berkey on top, 8-1 morning line. Runs pretty consistent. 2 kind of slows down a bit completely, and I think the 6 may just it's a deep dirt track. I'm from Delaware, been there, seen it happen. I think the favorites are going to tire. 6 will run on by Berge. The 2 Mystic Link will hold on for second. The 3 Almaty will be third. Top 3 selections at Delaware Park race 4. We're going to go 6, 2, 3. This mile and 70-yard event, race 4, Delaware Park. Delaware Park, race 5, maiden special on the turf, mile and 70 yards here. Looks like there is some earlier speed here. I'm going to dive into the PPs. I think there's a first-time starter that has some significant value with the distance here. I think the pedigree will suit it well. This distance will suit the pedigree well. So let's dive into the PPs here in Race Lens. Let's work our way back up to the 10, Heavenly Appointed, out of point of entry, had a bullet workout, 4th of May, also had another bullet workout, been working from the gate within the last month, definitely has been training with a handful of horses, point of entry, Dynaformer sire, first time starters for point of entry, 15% ROI, 33% last 10 days for Jorge Ruiz, first time turf, first time Lasix, positive stats for Grand Motion. Just had a decent day as well at Pimlico on Preakness Day with another Dynaformer pedigree in Beer Can Man. Point of entry, 25% ROI across the board, and 29% in the money. Median win dollars 960. This is 10-1. I'm going to make Heavenly Appointed our top selection here at Delaware Park on the maiden special event. Some of these other horses have run once or a handful of times. I think first time starters and second time starters. Second time, you can have an excuse, whether it's Lasix or just not liking getting dirt kicked in their face. First time starter, they don't know what they don't know, right? So Brittany and Sheldon Russell have the 4 here, which is going to be running on the front end. Also second time Lasix. 5, not a big fan of. Michael Stidham, first time blinkers for Godolphin. the 6, and so we'll go 4, 6 underneath the 10. And other than that, we'll go with the 7. So we'll go 10 over the favorite, the 4, Lusty, or who I presume will be a favorite or co-favorite, over the 6, Gypsy Queen, over the 5, Perfectly Golden. Top selection here, first time starter out of point of entry, race 5 on the turf for Grand Motion is going to be Heavenly Appointed. Lusty is our second selection. Gypsy Queen, the 6 is our third selection, and the 5, Perfectly Golden, is our going to round out our top 4. Once again, Delaware Park race 5, 10, 4, 6, and 5. Delaware Park race 6, maiden special, 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. Looks like we've got some early speed here with this 4, Parish Bell. The 6 actually intrigues me a little bit. It's been running an awful lot though. So I think the 6 will hit the board here with a 15-1 morning line. I'm going to take the 4, Parish Bell, on top just because of the significant early and middle speed figures here. We're going to jump into that real quick. Off a layoff, trainer change. The 5, first time starter, also previously trained by Todd Pletcher. Brittany and Sheldon Russell on that one as well. With these maiden specials, sometimes there's a little bit more under the hood. Let's see. I'm going to include the 1 because it's a 7-horse field. Kendrick's actually coming down from Parks and from New York. I know his wife is the equestrian coach at Delaware Park. The horse actually lost to Hoosier Philly at Churchill. So Lasix on, second time starter, first time Lasix, Ed Coletti Jr., 17%, first time Lasix. I'm going to include the 7. We're going to jump back over here. So I'm going to do the 4, Parish Bell. I'm going to say the 7, Marvelette, second, just because of that the class that was in that race with Hoosier Philly winning that Churchill race. The 5, Fly High, and the 6, Sundog. Top 4 selections at Delaware Park. Race 6, 4, Parish Bell, top selection. The 7, Marvelette. The 6, Sundog, and the 5, Fly High. Once again, Delaware Park, race 6, 4, 7, 6, and 5. Delaware Park, race 7, mile and 16 starter allowance on the turf. Got some early speed here with the Chilean bred Royal Luck, but I definitely think that there's some value here underneath. I'm going to dive into some PPs as well and do some digging here. But I think the 3 has a ton of late speed, Koblamas. We're going to look at the 3 real quick. And another horse that intrigues me on the pedigree is the 10. We're going to jump into that. We'll pop over. I like the 1 to kind of hang on in the top 4 selections that we have. I don't think it'll win. I think there's some better value to be had underneath with some of these higher single digit odds and even double digit odd horses here. The Dam, Copla Cat, out of Tail the Cat, is excuse me, is 50% in the money. Angel Arroyo, not too bad as well. 15% win percentage the last 30 days. Victor Carrasco Jr., dirt to turf, 29% winners, 14% ROI, tons of closing speed here. Um, Came from far back here at Tampa, mile and 40 yards in an allowance race. Came third by 2.5. So I'm going to use the 3 Kobla Mas on top, and I need to go into the 10 Gunslinger here and show you Gunslinger. But the 3 Kobla Mas is going to be our top selection, 10-1 morning line on the turf here at Delaware Park. I'm just waiting for Race Lens to load all these PPs and all the stats. All right, we're going to dive into the 10 here. 10 is also second off a layoff, Irish bred out of Born to Sea. Glorious Melodies mare out of Dylan Thomas. One last out at Pimlico in a starter optional 20. And second off of a layoff, as I was mentioning. And the mare has 24 starts, 12 in the money, so 50% RO in the money, 129% ROI. Median win dollars is $10. Horse is going off of 5-1, right on the nose, 10 to 12 bucks. I'll probably go off at like 4-1 or 9-2. So I'm going to use the 10 right underneath this 3 here at Delaware Park in this race, and we're going to sort these again. 3, 5 is going to scratch because it's main track only. I think the 1 will hang on-ish a bit for to wrap out our top 4, but I'm also going to use the 6 Wicked Fin. So 3, 10 are going to be the top 2 selections here. 10 Gunslinger over the 1 Royal Luck. I think not knowing how the track bias is going to be with early speed, I think it's fair to include it along with these closers and the 6 Wicked Fin to wrap out our top 4. Top selection 3 Kobla Mas 10-1 morning line over the 10 Gunslinger, over the 1 Royal Luck, over the 6 Wicked Fin, 3, 10, 1, and 6, Delaware Park, race 7. Looking at the finale here at Delaware Park, race 8, we have a 5.5 furlong starter allowance on the main track. A couple horses will be kind of running early here. I think there's enough late speed and pace to kind of muddy this up a bit. I don't think that the 3 will be able to hang on the front end. There's some late speed here with a couple horses that I think it'll be pressed enough by this 8. So I think the 7, Marvelous, will sit off of it. Marvelous, the 7, will end up winning the race. I like the 7 on top in the finale as the 9-5 morning line favorite. I want to mix it up a bit here with since it is a 10 horse field. I think the 5 Cabra Chica will close into a very early speed battle between potentially 2 to 4 horses. So I think the 5 can pick up some pieces. I think the 8 will hang on, which is Prospera, and the 10 True Atka seems to be a little bit more consistent to me in the speed figures and close into it than the 3 can be. So I think the 3 will just kind of tail off a bit. Let's try to beat the 3 who's going to be running on the front end. And we're going to add the 10 True Atka. Top selection, the 7 Marvelous to wrap out the Delaware Park card in race 8. The 5 Cabra Chica, the 8 Prospera, and the 10 True Tanaka. Final race at Delaware Park, race 8, 7, 5, 8, and 10. Good luck today. As I mentioned before, like us on Twitter at Thorostat, THOROSTAT. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube for full card selections as well as individual race analyses and live streams of handicapping of summer meet cards at Thorostat on YouTube. My name is Dave May again, NHC Tour player and creator of Thorostat. Good luck today. Have fun at the opening day here at Delaware Park. I know I will. And let's make some money today.